Time check was 4 a.m. in the wee hours of the morning. A section of Ugandans were still in bed, but students were flocking taxi parks and bus terminals, joining those who had barred a cold night with hopes of securing early means of transport to their up-country homes, but in vain. It's now a one-day countdown deadline to the inter-district travel ban restrictions of 10th June, and the government efforts to decongest the crowded bus terminals seems to be registering less impact. Shivering in the morning cold, students narrated their ordeal on how they ended up turning to be victims of conmen, masquerading to be brokers of different coaches, playing up-country routes.
I gave him the money I was having, but he gave me fake receipt. After giving him the money, he lost away, and I started looking for him, but I never saw him. So I decided to go back to school. So when I saw the news at night that the government has put there the free transport for the students to go back, I decided to come very early in the morning, but I found when the vehicles had already gone, so I'm stuck here.
Because since the time we arrived here, we're not seeing any bus from police, we're not seeing any bus from the Ministry of Health. So we don't know what to do next.
Where the head of State House Anti-Corruption Unit, Colonel Edith Nakalema, yesterday made attempts to arrest some bus operators who had taken advantage of the situation to make fortunes through hiking transport fares that didn't deter players in the transport sector from maintaining the status quo. Hiked transport fares this morning was the order of the day at all bus terminals.
Reaching the park, the prices were more. If the child is sent 50,000, expecting the child to use 5,000 up to the park, and then maybe 35 to their bus park, and then 5,000 home, you find that the child has been given less money.
Each bus company had a different price tag. It was all about the forces of demand and supply coupled with opportunity cost, depending on the agency and destination.
One problem. I have paid 120 to go to Cape. Some brother of mine has paid 90 to go to the same destination from the same company.
Last evening, a directive from the Inspector General of Police, Martin Ochola, was to the effect that the force will provide free transport means to school-going stranded students.
Here, we have marshaled all the police buses also. We are going to fuel them, and I want to also join you to take the children in the countryside.
The time they're going to come, we're not sure of anything. So actually, there's no information that is coming from up there. So we're just trying to coordinate ourselves in some certain groups, so that we can, maybe if they can see us in these groups, they can easily come to our rescue than individual groups.
And coordinating whatsoever is here. We have just been trying our students to go and talk to the police officers. I actually personally went to the CPS, but nobody seemed to be knowing anything.
The designated assembly points were Namaiba Park and City Square. However, at the time we reached assembly points in the wee hours of the morning, the committed means of transport were nowhere to be seen, and the students we found were still stranded.
We are stuck here. The bus which we are going in to the village, it has already gone. Now we are waiting for it to come back.
Among those stranded include old women and children who braved the cold nights here. But as you can see, students here are still waiting for the buses that were promised by the government to deliver them in their home districts. Sadam Mubale, UBC News, Kampala.